Greetings, beautiful beings of love and light. Thank you so much for joining me today. So today's message is coming from the grandmothers and Quan Yin. And I have this beautiful rose quartz boulder behind me, which represents unconditional love. And really wanted to amplify that energy because that's where this message is coming from, is from unconditional love. Now, today is the 4th of July, which here in America represents freedom and independence. And so this is about freedom, not so much the freedom from receiving it from the war frequency, but freedom through personal empowerment. Now, first I would like to express my gratitude to all the men and women who fought, lived, and died for our country so that we can live in the land of free, and super grateful for that. But Spirit wants us to go to another level of freedom now, and that is with personal empowerment. And that happens by remembering who you are, where you came from, and why you're here. So if you really think about it, where do you come from? Well, we all come from source. And I use that word in an expansive way. I use the word source and spirit very expansively because there's so many religions that have their version of what God represents. And so, but it's all the same thing. It's all this beautiful, benevolent energy that is of unconditional love, that's supportive. And, you know, you are a child of that source. You come from that source. And as a child from that source, you also have the same gifts of that source. But we're never really told that. We're always told to pray to God and pray to Spirit and wait for God to take care of it for us. It doesn't really work that way. You have to believe it. You have to believe what you're asking for because you're choosing it, you're creating it. And because Spirit said, look, I'm going to let you go on this beautiful planet, Mother Earth, and you get to create whatever you want. And you get to decide, you know, how it goes. Now, sometimes you're like, oh, well, Vicki, I didn't choose bad things to happen. Not on a conscious level, you don't. On an unconscious level, we do. So we can come into the planet with programs up for experience because that's why we're here, you guys. We're here to experience. And experience isn't just always about joy. How do you know what joy feels like if you don't experience what not feeling joy feels like? So that's why we have this like yin and yang, this they're all part of the experience. So, and for some people, you know, the deeper you go, when you do experience joy, it's going to be really ecstatic. And so, so and it's really about not judging the experience. And we're all here to experience, all of us. And just like it says in the Bible, judge not lest ye be judged. So we tend to judge others for what their choices are. What if we didn't do that? What if we just said, oh, that's your choice, I honor and respect that. And then go about creating what you want to create in your beautiful bubble that you're of creation. So that's freedom, is knowing that you have the ability to just stand back and be in this gratitude frequency, this unconditional love, and then make choices. And so, you know, those who have come to me hear me say this often. Jesus said, this too you shall do, and even greater things than I. So a lot of people are waiting for the second coming of Christ when he's already here. He's already inside each and every one of us. He did die for our sins so that we could make mistakes and learn from them and grow from them and evolve from them. And now is the time for us to embrace and empower and embody the frequency of Jesus so that we do create what we want. If we can do even greater things than what Jesus did, holy cows and chickens, what can we create? So, cows and chickens, right? So, what is it that you want to create? What is it that allows you to feel empowered? What's coming in right now is also, they want me to talk about the fear program, because fear will also take away our frequency. It'll take our frequency down. It'll take us out of that empowering mode. And so when you're trusting that the universe has your back, and you ask for something, and you're creating it, when you stay out of the fear of maybe fear that something's going to block it from happening, or you might feel like, oh, I'm not worthy of it. We're all worthy. Every single one of us is worthy. And when we ask, we're not taking away from someone else, from their prayers. Spirit is all-encompassing and can help us to create whatever we want. Recently, I saw a video by Greg Braden talking about the Bible and the importance of prayer, and how one very important piece was taken out of the Bible that really, really like blocks us from truly being able to create what we want. And it's a really simple thing. So you pray, because prayers are really, really powerful. Whether you're praying for someone else, praying for yourself, praying to receive something, very, very powerful. But the next step that's missing from the Bible is to see it as so. Envision it as if it's already here. And give gratitude as if it's already here. Celebrate it as if it's already here. So you just imagine what it would feel like if you had it. And then get really excited about it and celebrate it. And then the next key to all that is then the law of non-attachment. So then you let it go. And you're like, and every day you can do this exercise, but then let it go and put your energy in something else. So that, because when we tend to focus on the same thing all day long over and over and over again, we block the flow from happening, because are you really trusting it? Why isn't it here yet? Why isn't it here yet? I really want this. I really need this. And that energy of need is very contracting, and it blocks flow. So what is it that you desire? What are you choosing? What would you like to have? And then celebrate it. And so celebrate your freedom. Celebrate who you are. Celebrate how powerful you really are. You are an earth angel. You came here with all the tools. If you're watching this video, I promise you, if you came across this video, you have the tools all within you. You just got to trust it. So those of you who have viewed my website, you'll see that my motto, and this is what Spirit told me to put on: ask, believe, trust, receive. So you ask for it, but do you believe it? Do you trust it? Because if you don't believe and trust that you can have it, you can't receive it. If you just have one little speck of doubt that you can receive it, it's going to negate. And not that it's going to negate it completely, it's just going to take longer to get there. So, and that's okay. It takes as long as it takes. Honestly, it takes as long as it takes. Just start with something small. Start with things that are doable. A lot of times we'll start with the great big thing, and then it feels like we can never attain it. So start with something that feels doable, so that you can see the magic and the miracles, which really aren't magical miracles. Like, this is something that you can do always. But start with things that feel easier for you to bring into your reality. And then once you feel that, then take it to the next level and just keep evolving and pushing yourself to receiving more and more and more and more. It's a pretty awesome feeling. So anyway, that's today's message: freedom through personal empowerment. And until next time, see you then.